Yes, there are reports suggesting that Marcus Rashford could be leaving Manchester United. United are understood to be willing to listen to offers for Rashford in the summer, but there were no suitors looking to sign him. Apparently, United don't have the funds, supposedly, to spend big in January unless they make significant sales. Rashford, of course, being a homegrown player, would represent pure profit on the club's books. What do you... I know you're not a United fan, so this will be fun. Why do you not like United? I don't have a problem with that, by the way. No. You don't like United, right?
I do like United.
There's loads of teams I don't like. I haven't got a problem with that. It's football.
I don't actually have a team I dislike. The only one really would be Aston Villa for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But other than that...
Gabby, yeah?
I don't actually dislike them.
Okay.
I'm quite objective.
Why... What do you make of Marcus Rashford? Why is it... I mean, there were... Maybe a few years ago, we were looking at him and we were talking about how great a player he's going to go on to be. How good could he be? He had everything. He had pace. He was obviously doing a lot of great stuff off the field. He just looked like he had everything. And then for whatever reason, his form has dipped. We've seen little sprinkles of it. I think it was this time last year he started absolutely scoring for fun. But there's been no consistency there. Why is that, do you think, Troy?
Without being nasty, I think he's developed a level of superstar, which, because Man United have been so bad over the recent years, he's benefited from that, from contracts and playing. Especially at the start of the season, he was playing and he was awful, but he kept playing, and they would take off Garnacho, they'd take off Diallo, whoever it was. So I just think he's developed a level of superstardomness where he probably hasn't earned it, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Let me ask you, because I hear that quite a lot, that a player will sign a big deal. He's reportedly to be on 300 grand a week. I don't know how true that is, but when we're talking about his wages, that's the number we always... Can a player become lazy and maybe lose interest in a club if he's signed a new deal and he's earning copious amounts of money?
I don't think it's about whether he can become lazy. It's what you're allowing him to get away with. And I think I said this a couple of weeks ago when the new manager came in. I think Marcus will struggle because of the standard that's expected. And then obviously he scored back-to-back games, and against Arsenal he dropped him.
3 and 5.
Yeah,
since Amarim.
But then he dropped him at Arsenal, and I was at the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
When he came on, there was no point bringing him on. It was an embarrassment when he came on. Walking around, tried to hit a massive dive, kicked it off the pitch. And then when all the players went over to the fans to clap, he was stood at the back. He was first one off. And I just thought, you're a baby. You're a baby. What is he, 27 now? Meant to be at the peak of your powers. Obviously, the financials are taken care of now. Who are you as a person? What do you stand for? And my worry, genuine worry for Marcus is, when this is all said and done, that he's going to regret not maximising it, because that's hard to live with. For me personally, I had an okay career. I did really good. But from where I'm from to what I got to, I'm good with that. I squeezed every part of the orange. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, totally. I can look back at my life and go, oh, that was just my ceiling.
You never had a moment where people would sit on national radio and say about Troy Deeney, he's not trying?
No, could never. They could say I'm no good, or probably say that a lot on here actually. But it is what it is. But my thing is, I can look myself in the mirror and go, I worked hard. I started at 18 years old. I was playing for Chelmsford Town in the Midland Combination League 2. I was paying to play. By the time I retired at 36, I've been to an FA Cup final, captained the team in the Premier League. That for me is it.
You've won. You've conquered football.
Yeah. I didn't get to go internationally. That's whatever.
No,
but
it doesn't matter, because to get to that level, we're talking about the 0.01%.
Of course, but I'm just saying, for me, I could look myself in the mirror and go, wow.
So why can't he? What's happening? Has he got? Okay, let me ask you a question. Has he got the talent?
Yes. Does he have it between the ears? Probably not. Does he not have the drive to do it? Because when the manager come in, I said it to Crookie. I said the second he comes in, he's going to start well, but it will fade off. Because your character and who you are lasts longer than the peaks and troughs of people.
And what's that then? Is it people around him?
No, ultimately, it all falls on him. And I'm just disappointed, because I think he could have been a world beater. I genuinely do. I think he could have been someone that played for England on a regular basis. He could have scored loads of goals. He could have been an absolute shining star for Man United for many years and go down as a club legend. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to tarnish that. And he's going to ultimately end up like someone like Jesse Lingard. That was like, what if he'd had, applied himself?
Do you think he's lost interest?
Yeah, I think he's lost interest with media as well. I do. Where would if we had to go now? Put 100 quid on it. Where would you say he lands? Where's the team he goes to?
The next place he goes to?
Yeah. Let's just assume that they're going to let him go for free, and anyone can pick him up.
Okay, well, for free. Well, maybe 2 years ago I would have said PSG.
Yeah, we're talking now. Like today, they say to him, he's available on a free.
Okay.
Just take his contract on.
Anywhere or Premier League club?
Anywhere.
What level of... Well, he won't... Well, see,
he ain't going to turn up at Watford, is he? Let's be honest.
No. I mean, he could go to Arsenal.
You think he'd last in that culture?
I think he's better well, I don't know if that's what he needs. I mean, I think on his day he's much better than Martinelli. Okay. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't have too much of a disagreement with it. I think they're quite the same, if you get what I mean. I think just Marcus is probably better in front of goal. Okay.
I mean, Chelsea seem to be buying everyone up. Jadon Sancho seems to be shining there. I'm not suggesting he would go there, but I could see that working.
I just don't think he would fit in anyone's environment. I don't think Arsenal would take him and go, we're going to put up with any of your nonsense. And I don't think he would go there and fall back in line. He's been pandered to for too long.
Villa? Spurs?
No. Emre's not putting up with him. Spurs?
Do you think he's...
Nastily, he would probably suit Spurs because there is no expectation on Spurs. The players that go there, they're not expected to win the league, are they?
Do you think he's got an attitude problem?
I think he's got an application problem.
What does that mean? He can't apply himself.
Do you apply yourself 10 out of 10 every single day? Are you in when you need to be in? Are you doing more when you're out the team? I would say it's an application problem.
If he was your teammate, how would you feel?
He'd know how I'd feel. He wouldn't have been able to get away with it for this long. You're the best player. Like, let's just say at the times he was given the contract, you're the best player. You're scoring. Mm-hmm. We'll do your running for you, mate. No problem. But you better deliver. The second you don't deliver, and he's had a few times now where he's, remember the trip to Ireland, I think it was, and now he's just been in the States as well. There'll be times where it's like, all right, you've gone too far, and we'd nip it in the bud.
Yeah, and what would you say to him? Have you had that conversation before?
Of course
before with the team?
Yeah, of course you have.
Tell me about what happens. Don't name names.
I won't name any names.
No.
But the thing is, what these guys have to remember is whatever they try and do, I've done 10 times better and worse. So if it's going out for a drink, I've done it better than all of you. If you want to go for a party, I've done it better than all of you. If you want to get in trouble, I've done it better than all of you. So you can't lie to me. So I'll just be like, look, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to do it. Do you agree with that? You'd say, yes, we agree. So, right, as soon as you break that agreement, now all bets are off. So I told you once, I'm going to ask you nicely this time, but if it happens again, I promise you every single one of us within our leadership group will kick you every single day until you fall into line. And he will.
Do you think that his inclusion in that squad is maybe holding other players back?
No, because at the moment he's still... sadly, because I don't think that talent pool is as good as people do. I don't think it's as great as you think. I think Garnacho's okay, still got a lot to learn, needs someone to learn. The sad part about it is he's probably looking at Marcus as someone to learn. I think Diallo is probably the best performer out of those guys at the moment.
Couldn't having someone like Rashford in that squad disrupt,
of course,
the future of those players?
Yes, because if you think about it, especially at the start of the season when those guys were playing, he was playing and those guys were on the bench, how as a manager can you tell me to work hard and do everything right when the guy in front isn't, not performing, and he plays every week? It's a real difficult pill. I know people go, but you're footballers. Just within that ecosystem, we want to feel that we're treated the same, everyone's treated the same, even though we know that doesn't happen. We want to feel that is the case, and I think he gets away with murder. I really do.
That's interesting you said that. For Manchester United to get back to where they need to get back, do they need to get rid of Marcus Rashford?
They need to get rid of the attitude of Marcus Rashford. If the manager, and it was really Italian, wasn't it? I think it was about 2 weeks ago, the manager said if Marcus Rashford wants to do it, he has to be the one to do it first. I thought that was a really interesting line because clearly no one, myself included, I don't want anything negative to happen to Marcus. I want him to go and prove all of us wrong and tell us all, you lot don't know what you're talking about. I'll be the first to go, yep, absolutely got it wrong. But if he doesn't want to do that, then what chance you got? What chance have you got? What chance have Man United got? So I think where they are currently, there's about 7 players that I picked from that Arsenal game that can't be there.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.